Hey, this is Graham.
And Bryan from the Bombcast Podcast.
A podcast where we talk about movies, video games, music, life, and sometimes Sandra Bullock penis facials.
And you're listening to Everything Pro Wrestling, a show by the fans,
for the fans.
It's another late one. Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, joined tonight by my AEW colleague, the one, the only, the man they call Derek. Yo! We are here with a review for AEW Full Gear 2022, Derek.
Let's get it.
It's in the record books. It's definitely a different show, man.
It was.
Going into it, I didn't know how I would feel, but coming out of it, I don't know. It's interesting. And we're going to get into all of that tonight. So make sure you guys stick around, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I appreciate everybody who stops in. Make sure you guys are all loved and welcome. And to those listening on the audio platform, thank you very much as well. We are going to kick things off here with our intro. Let's get it.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Man, oh man, oh man. Listen, yeah. I don't know, man. Lots happening. Keep the fingers crossed for Streamlabs tonight. They got one time, I agree, because if now I'm about to ask for my money back, we got some problems.
Righto.
But I appreciate everybody who has stopped in. Full Gear in the books. Going into the show, Derek, how are you feeling about the AEW product overall, my guy? Keep it a stack. You can be honest.
I think the product it as a whole, AEW's been fantastic for me. Fantastic. Now, within the last couple shows, we'll say, haven't really been on point like they normally would be, but not everybody's perfect. No one's gonna last that long.
Not everything has been perfect, and I kind of felt the same way going into this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. They seemed like they had lost their way, but the go home show was pretty good. I thought we both thought, and then tonight's show, I had fun with this one.
This one was good.
Man, it was a solid effort, I thought, tonight overall from them, and we'll get into the nooks and crannies of everything, I promise you, but. Very good. We're also going to be talking about AEW Fight Forever, if you guys see the thumbnail. So we're definitely going to be bringing that up, giving our thoughts on that as well. This is probably Derek's last chance to just say, you know what? I want to tap now. It's not a big deal. It's all, bro, you're the champ, and I'll allow it.
Not happening, bro. Not happening.
You heard he got his last rites for y'all. So, let's give some shout outs to the folks in the chat. We got the Pro Wrestler Shoot in the house. What is good? To Jesse, James, and the homies. Michael, appreciate you guys.
Yo.
B-Boy Skyline came in and said, well, damn, G, what's good? Let me see here. Now I got the scrum on. Let's see how this goes. Oh, Lordy. Eric Douglas. Yeah, lots to be happy about tonight. Lots to be happy about. Matt Lopez. Matt, appreciate your support, good brother. Good evening. John L. also in the house saying hello. What's good, John L? Shout out to Rob. Rob definitely hanging out with the intern for me. So you are greatly appreciated, my brother. Got to make sure I say that live. Wonder if Buffalo loved MJF. Nah, MJF's about to be banned from Lenova's Pizzeria. You could clip this and send it to him. Don't you dare talk about my town, my city. Don't you dare. And you can come help shovel too.
Right.
Big T, what's good, Big T? Honestly, if this is the momentum the company has during a punkless era, I'm okay with it. Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, brother Conrad, brother Derek, I told everyone, I called it. You did. Check out Clash of the Podcast every Monday, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They'll be live again this Monday, so come on in. BJ said, driving friends home, but I'll be chatting in a few. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, BJ. What up to my guy Sick in the house with us, joining us tonight. Thank you. An amazing card with no debuts or returns. Yeah, you can't have it on every show. This is the first AEW media scrum in the company's history on YouTube where you can't chat. LOL. I wonder why. Am I the only one that saw Double J Pieface a fan in the crowd? I didn't see that.
I saw it.
Oh.
I saw it. He came down.
He needed that. He needed that Memphis heat, didn't he?
Yeah.
What up, Ace? Appreciate you, fam. Ace, one of the mods in the chat. Make sure you guys are on your best behavior so Ace doesn't have to boot you out. Another mod in the chat, Jesus DeLeon. What's good, Jesus? What's good? The media scrum disabled the chat. There was a huge fight in the crowd. Oh, man, I didn't see that. Ed Fries, what's good, Ed? He said just dropping a like, heard it was good. Shout out to the folks at Love Wrestling CA. Make sure you guys show them some love as well. Rated R Tokyo, the youth takeover for AEW. Hey, if that's one of the things you like, man, that's what you got to do. Thomas Polster, good evening / good morning.
Good evening. Good morning.
I believe he's from across the pond. So thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir.
Apparently that was JJ's nephew. Let's see here. This pay-per-view was masterful. I like it. Cray joining us too. What's good, Cray? What up, man? I know this is a late one for people, so I'm going to try not to keep y'all too long in here. And those who want to chat about that fight forever, hold on tight for us. We're going to be talking about it. I think we'll talk about it during the 0 hour. Here we go again. Let's talk 0 hour, man, to start. For 0 hour, we kicked off things here with a solid matchup here. We had the All-Atlantic champion Orange Cassidy with the Best Friends and Rocky Romero, and they had a very evil, very mysterious partner. No idea who that could be. And then we also had the Factory. Derek, did you have a clue who the mystery partner was? No idea, huh?
Nah.
Overall, I thought this was a solid outing going into this. I don't even know where to start with this. The Best Friends were down a partner, so their mystery man didn't show up right away. Best Friends go for their big hug spot, but it gets cut off by the Factory. The Factory end up doing it.
Factory.
QT is setting up for a pile driver on Orange Cassidy, just like he did Danhausen, and then Danhausen shows up. Danhausen comes down, but this time Danhausen was not happy. Danhausen had a little bit of blood on him, some teeth in a jar, came down with a spike in his hand. And yeah, Danhausen got the hot tag, German suplexing boys like it was no tomorrow.
Yes.
And yeah, he ends up putting the teeth in the mouth. Nick Camarado eats the boot. 1, 2, 3, game over. They get the dub, and then QT tries to get away, spike to the head of QT, and then we see everybody hug. Everything is lovely, as they would say. It was a solid match. I can't really complain about that for 0 hour.
No, it does its job.
Right. Shout out to Narcolepsy Boy 94 in the house. What is good, bro? Appreciate you. Very nice, very brutal. Orange Cassidy needs to get rid of that backpack and wear that title like a real champ. I don't know. Having it in the backpack feels kind of disrespectful to the title. He's always done that, though. I think anywhere he's had a championship, that's like one of those. I don't know. You could go either way about that. I feel you, because you're not really showing off the belt. He's just walking around with the backpack. And he's just like, oh, here it is. Right. But he's lazy, so he wouldn't want to carry it. Right. Fits the gimmick. I don't mind it as much. It's whatever it is. QT got beat down, so I'm always happy with that. Also, big signing of the week, Derek. Konosuke Takeshita is all elite. Good,
very nice.
Good signing, in my opinion.
Excellent
by
signing.
Tony Khan.
Excellent signing. That boy is a beast.
He is. Takeshita is a great person to have on your roster. He's going to give you solid work rate matches, and I just think the kid's a star, man. He's really, really good.
He is. You can't deny it. Everything he does in the ring is just mwah.
Right. Everybody's showing love to Eddie Kingston when it comes to this, man.
Yes.
Cinnabons for the win. Facts. Takeshita's a great signing. I couldn't agree more. He had a little interview backstage with Renee Young, what babyface interview, like happy to be here, can't wait. It'll be interesting to see what they put him in. I can see him as a future All Atlantic champion.
Yes.
Mark that down. You heard it here first. After this, we went into the second match for the World Title Eliminator Tournament, Derek. You may remember these guys from Team Taz. Brian Cage and your boy, Ricky Starks. It's time. So in this matchup, they reference
Ricky. Spanish.
I don't even know why I try. Like, why do we do this every time?
Bada bing, bada boom.
I
Two
was
players in the room.
I was not mad at this though. I thought that Ricky Spanish, we will call him for the evening. I thought he did very well in this.
He did. You know, Ricky Starks always puts on a good match. I don't think I've ever seen a match where he didn't give it his all. How could you go wrong with Ricky? Ricky is like the next one up. Honestly, following MJF, I feel like Ricky is the next one.
Yeah, Ricky's on a great path, I feel, and I can't wait for the finals. We already know that Ethan Page is in the finals. He won his 2 matches, and now we're basically on Ricky's side. Does he pick up the win here? This was a solid, Cage is going to do what Cage does. All right, he goes out there. He's heavy. He also moves fast, can do high-flying moves. He went for an F5. Ricky reverses it into a destroyer. Ricky came in injured into the match because of Archer, supposedly. Right. After the destroyer picks him up, Rochambeau.
All right, I'll Rochambeau your heart.
He gets the dub. Juke joining us as well. He says you should throw Nelson in the snow for his Facebook comment. A DDT can always be arranged. You just say the word. I'll do the Jake the Snake. All right.
Tornado.
Ricky Starks, a.k.a. Rico Suave. According to Derek, it's Ricky Spanish.
Yep.
MJF just walked into the scrum. Good old lordy. MJF hijacked the media scrum. I can't. Deanna said Ricky, LOL. Come on, Deanna. Keep it PG tonight. Come on.
And my girl, Deanna.
So I guess this might be the time to oh my goodness, MJF run in. The intern called him the bad guy of WrestleMania. Tell him stop watching all that Scooby-Doo.
Right.
Did we talk Fight Forever here? The trailer was shown at this part. You want to talk here, or do we save it for the end?
Let's save it.
Save it?
Yeah.
You got a lot to say about it?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. You better keep this good. So we'll talk about the video game at the very end. So those who want to talk Fight Forever, make sure you stick around. If someone comes in here asking if we talked about it, tell them to hold on.
Yes.
Let's get into what everyone said was the match of the 0 hour. Eddie Kingston versus Jun Akiyama. Now, this matchup, man, I got big AJPW vibes with this one. All Japan Pro Wrestling. If you guys have never seen it, Eddie Kingston and all them will not stop talking about it. It's the same thing when you get into Fire Pro Wrestling, that King's Road style. I kept mentioning it to Derek, and he heard it like a million times after I said it.
Right. It was a lot.
Dude, Kingston's going for half Nelsons in this match. Suplexes on the apron. It gets blocked. He's getting DDT'd on the apron. We're seeing Akiyama hit running knees. Yeah. Lots of chops, forearms. This is the big man style. This is why Eddie Kingston wrestles the way he does in his matches.
Yes.
I think it was tremendous. I thought it did exactly what it needed to do for this matchup. And it was Eddie Kingston's like dream match.
Yes. You know, and the emotion that he had going all the way out, like, come on. That's someone who loves what he does from start to finish, from era to era. Right.
If you guys are in the chat, we are getting live media scrum updates as well. Yo, MJF hit him with the cornet. Thank you. F you. Bye. BJ also is back. What is good, BJ? Apparently, we got MJF taking over the media scrum. Like I said, lots of chops, forearms. Kingston hits the spinning back fist. He only gets a 2 count on the first attempt here. Running knee to Kingston, 2 count. Kingston even hit a Northern Lights bomb for a 2 count. This is when the match was really picking up. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. I love it, man. It was so good to see Eddie Kingston get this match. Shout out to Ortiz on the outside too, rocking the yellow, hitting him with the what was the attire you called it? The Bruce Lee.
He was out here looking like Bruce Lee from Game of Death.
He was out here crushing it, and I felt he was just out there to support Kingston for this.
Yeah.
And after that, Kingston picks up Akiyama, picks him up, and points to him. He was just like, "Yo, you no." Spinning back fist, 1, 2, 3. He gets the victory. Eddie Kingston wins. He's got tears in his eyes, and then he bows to Akiyama like, "Thank you so much."
Bow it up.
He was the reason he did it, and then he just randomly is like, "Yo, give me a microphone," and you could tell everybody was like, "Oh God, what are you about to do?
Right?
What are you about to do, bro?" And
please don't get me fired.
Right, and he gets on the microphone, and do you know what he says, Derek? Well, no, that's not what he said. It's not what he said. He gave a lot of love to Baba and all of a bunch of wrestlers from Japan who are legends. Kingston shows his love and respect, has tears in his eyes, telling everybody to buy the pay-per-view. I thought that was exactly what you need, and that's the purpose of the pre-show. You want people to buy your pay-per-view.
Yes, and also him shouting out the women's matches.
Yeah, because those were the matches he was interested in.
Right. You can't fault that for anything. Like, most people will not say, "Hey, I'm looking forward to this women's title match," or I'm just looking forward to this women's match. It's not many people that are going to say that. For him to shout out the women's matches, much respect.
Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm, and he also did one for Moxley and MJF because Moxley's his boy.
Right.
So that's what it is, man. Hey, Kingston sold the show for me with him doing that. I thought that was real cool. Just a little side thing that I was like, that was dope for him to do that.
It was.
So very dope. Our opening contest for the main card here. Steel cage match between Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I really like this match. Derek, I don't know if we're putting awards on this, bro. This might be my sleeper match of the night. This was a hit.
Yes.
I knew it would be good. I know it would be that good, though.
Yeah, no. This one was really good. This one exceeded my expectations. Start to finish, it was just off the top. Good match. Just good, man. It was, you had to love this. You had to.
I got nothing bad to say about this. I thought that it was a really, really good matchup between these two. Jungle Boy got bloody early on.
Yes.
Luchasaurus was launching him like a dart into the cage, like no cares. Dude, even at one point, he got stuck in between. And I wanted Luchasaurus to really just Finn Balor's ass, just drop kick a hole through his chest. But
that would have been nice. I'm not even going for it.
That seems inappropriate at the same time.
Is it, though? I don't think so.
You could go for it, but Luchasaurus looked great in here. He even hit the burning hammer on Jungle Boy like he did in Toronto to beat him. Only gets a 2 count. Christian. So the referee's on the outside. There's a little bit of a scuffle, and Christian just happens to take the key out of the ref's pocket. He was wearing the like old school. I used to have like those keychains in like 8th grade. You would wear around your neck. You know,
what do they call it? Lanyards.
Yeah, lanyards. And the ref had it for the cage door. Christian just went in and just, I'll take that for a second. And he ends up trying to open the cage door, but he opens it, but he left it because he knew the ref's like, "Get security out of here now." So Christian knew he was cooked, but he was like, "Stop calling that ref Mark Wahlberg from Fear." He opens the cage door. Christian is being escorted out by security. This leads to Luchasaurus getting a table, bringing in a chair.
Yes.
Homeboy was tripping. Jungle Boy's bleeding everywhere. He's just trying to brawl with these two. They get back in the ring. Jungle Boy hits Luchasaurus in the head with a chair, gets him on top of the table. He climbs to the top, the tippy top of the No Mercy cage, as I like to call their steel cage, and jumps off, elbow through it. He hit a crazy destroyer off of it. He got choke slammed through that chair. That was just absolutely insane. And I'm skipping stuff in the match for the sake of time for you guys tonight.
Right.
After that, dude, he hits the elbow drop. Jungle Boy's not going to end it there. He locks in the snare trap. Nobody has gotten out of that move.
Ooh.
And he locked it in. Luchasaurus had nowhere to go. Tap, tap, tap. It's GG. Game over.
Yes.
Jungle Boy has slayed the big old dinosaur. Hit him with the meteor tonight. Hit him with the meteor. This is a freaking awesome match. Inappropriate what you just that noise you just made. Awesome match though. I love this. I thought it was a good moment for him. And I said Jungle Boy had to win. The final shot had to be you seeing Jungle Boy on top of that cage.
Yes.
Climbing down.
Yeah, you know what? This was on point. This was a match to behold. And those who missed it, I promise you, if you go back and watch it again, or watch it for the first time, you'll love it because you can see what's the word I'm looking for?
It was a tag team that broke up that you actually cared about because they were together from the beginning.
Yes.
It was weird to claim it. I still feel like there's unfinished business, though. I really want to see Christian and Jungle Boy lock it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely unfinished business. I still even think there's unfinished business between them.
With Luchasaurus
and
cage matches usually end it.
I don't know, bro.
He slayed Luchasaurus.
I don't know, bro.
Could you do a character turn with Luchasaurus from this?
You could.
I wonder.
You could. That's why I feel like it's not done.
Okay.
That's why I feel like it's not done.
Chat, would you unmask Luchasaurus? Is it time to give him a character change up?
I think so, in my opinion.
Okay, B-Boy just put his sleeper match. We got a little ways to go before we get there, but I want to talk. I can't wait to talk about that one too. That is another one. Yo. For reasons unbeknownst to me, the next match, before I get into it, is my funniest match of the night, and we're going to talk about why in 1 second. But before we get into that, I got to cut into something because of the audio problems that we had with stuff from earlier. And now I think I figured it out. It's the soundboard that is cutting out the audio, but that still didn't explain the other night why they did that bullshit that they did on Streamlabs, or excuse me, not Streamlabs, StreamYard. We have our promo code for Manscaped, EPW show. Put that in. You guys can get yourself some cool Christmas gifts for the family. Save 20%. Free delivery because of your boy. Now, look, you guys get that Lawnmower 4.0. That thing's got a light on it. It will help you clean the family jewels. It is the perfect stocking stuffer to help you stuff stockings. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. All right. We also got nose hair trimmers. We got nice ways to clean up boxers. You got ball deodorant. Who doesn't want to give someone ball deodorant for Christmas? It's a great gift. Ball toner. They've got lots of good things. At one point in time, your boy was probably out here looking like this. All right. Looking like it's the 80s. There's no razors around. It's too dangerous to be doing this.
Right.
And now your boy is clean. So make sure you guys go to manscaped.com, put in our promo code EPW show, and we've got you. Also, if you like free pro wrestling, we got a promo code for you right here. Powerslam.tv, promo code EPW show. Once again, put that in. 1 free month of independent wrestling on us. Make sure you guys put that in. And we are also open for new sponsors at any time. So if you guys know someone who needs to be sponsored, tell them, go check out Everything Pro Wrestling. He'll hook you up. He's fair priced. He's really, really good.
Absolutely.
All right. And tell him anything you want. You guys want headphones on here? You better tell Raycon or whoever you want them from. Tell them to sponsor the show. Blue Chew, you know we got some nasty jokes. I've been waiting for it. All right.
Man.
Inappropriate. I already know how inappropriate that's going to be.
Oh, man.
Let's get to the funniest match of the night, and I'm going to tell you why. So, funniest match of our watchings will be the Trios Champions Death Triangle versus the Elite. Derek. This man was absolutely ridiculous during this match. Ridiculous. Here comes Deanna telling us keep it PG. She said also keep the dino Mask, maybe it's time to do a change, someone said. I'll tell you, StreamYard hates the Big Show. It cut off when you played well. It did. It's the hookup to the soundboard. That's what the problem is. So Revolution March 5th at the Chase Center in San Fran for those who want to go. Yes. Now, it wasn't even the Wayward Son. You guys are going to have to wait for the part where Derek got mad. And I can't wait to see if anybody figures it out where it was. But we had a funny moment during this. Oh, my goodness. So Death Triangle come out first, which I thought was completely kind of disrespectful. Didn't like that. The champ should always come out second. I don't care what it is.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think it would have changed it too much if they came out first.
No.
But the Elite then get their special entrance. It's the clocks. I think they were trying to do like the Stranger Things type of thing with the clocks going off and everything else with it. And then they come out to Wayward Son or Wayward Sons. I don't know what the title of it is, but they come out.
I think it's Wayward Sons.
I think it's Son. I don't know. BJ, you tell me. BJ knows the song. I know this. Everybody knows the. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So Tony Khan wants to pay for that for them to come out.
Penny.
The Elite come out during this match. The next note that I have here, Rob has just brought it up. The classy fans of New Jersey chanting FCM Punk, FCM Punk, FCM Punk.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that happened. That's the way they feel. That's the way it's going. All I'm going to say to this is, Chicago, you better do right. You know what time it is when they get there. You better do it right. Carry on my wayward son. Thank you. Thank you. And it's by Kansas. Yes. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, everybody make sure to send me those FCM Punk chants. I hear them. The Elite entrance and CM Punk chat put a taste in my mouth from the Elite and TK, but you know what I say. It's a work. Could be. If it is, they got some money to make off of this, I think.
Right.
So I don't have a lot of notes for this one. I really don't, because it was an Elite and Death Triangle match. It works, bro. Yes. The Young Bucks work a very Lucha-esque style, and the Lucha Bros are amazing. They can always do that. Pac and Kenny work a similar style. This is magic for them. Every time it's going to be.
Platinum.
Now, how magical is it? We'll talk about that when we get towards the end of the show, because they made an announcement and Derek was like, really? Is this necessary? More on that momentarily. Oh, yes, and they did chant for Colt Cabana too. I'm over it. So, let's see here. The Elite will be destroyed in Chicago. I don't know. I think more people are on the Elite side when it comes to this, truthfully. They were near MJF territory, so of course they hated Punk. I think it may have been a location thing. I hope Mama Cabana got her money's worth. LOL, y'all stop it.
She
chill.
I'm just saying, she probably did.
So,
and then some.
In this matchup, bro, Matt did his Northern Lights things. He got cut off at certain points. Nick Jackson gets the hot tag. Hurricane Rana and Penta, everyone on the floor, yada, yada, yada. I hate that. Yo, can we come up with some more creative spots at this point in time?
Yes.
I'm tired of everybody gathering around and you wait for something.
Yes.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel cool to me. It's like it's approaching Tower of Doom level with me. Cut it out.
I think it messes with the fluidity of the match.
Yeah, I know you want to do something crazy off the top so people get the visual of like someone doing a high flip to the outside and you want to be caught while you do it, but
yeah, because you get too fixated on what's getting ready to happen, because you're stuck there. You can't move. You have to see what's about to happen versus just doing it or finding a different spot.
Make it look natural is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Not everybody just happens to gather around. We're like, okay, let's all get up and
right.
Here it comes. You know, it's a minor critique, but it's just I want them to be more creative in the matches and how they get to those spots if they could be.
Agreed.
So Derek got so bad at this one spot. He got pissed, I should say. So in the match, there was a spot at one point in time where they crushed everybody, bro. It was, how did they get to the Black Arrow? It was like,
okay, so I believe it was, oh my God, how did it go?
So somebody rolled through, they hit a cutter, a destroyer off of somebody.
Okay, so Penta hit a destroyer, Ray hit a cutter, and I forgot how
they take out the Bucks, and then
take out the Bucks. I forgot how Kenny got laid out, but Kenny was on the mat. Then you see Pat go up to the top ropes, hit the black arrow, and then put my man in the brutalizer. And I'm like, yes, this is it. All of a sudden, I see Kenny reaching for the ropes. I was so pissed. Yo, dude, that should have been over. I threw my phone down so hard when they broke that up.
This man was pissed. Like, I want you to know how hard I laughed. This man was pissed.
Dude, I slammed my phone so hard on the couch, it sounded like someone got smacked.
Shout out to No Lara in the chat as well. Yes, Derek was so mad at that spot, bro.
Yeah.
So then the match continued. Ray Phoenix then teased using the hammer, and he said, no, he's not going to use the hammer. Bro, what have I told you about this, Ray Phoenix? Stop playing these games, bro.
Right.
And after that happened, he was like, no. He gets caught with a V-trigger. And then he's down. He's near the ropes. Pac is like, bro, yes. I'm trying to. First off, I don't even know where Pac. He pulled this out of his tights. This is going to sound really bad, but he pulled the hammer out of his tights. gave it to Ray Phoenix.
The hammer?
The ball peen hammer. He pulls it out, gives it to Phoenix. Phoenix is about to go up for the one wing angel. Bloop, right on top of his head, rolled through, got the pen, and they win. Death Triangle wins. I thought that was the right outcome for this match. And yes. I told everybody, listen, don't get it twisted, bro. Am I mad at like the whole situation with the Elite, Kenny? Yes. Do I think Punk's getting way too much of the blame? Yes. And we're going to probably continue to talk about this till the end of time, like it's the new Montreal screw job. But the Elite and Kenny Omega are great pro wrestlers. They put on a great match here tonight. I have no issue with saying that. They crushed it, but I definitely thought Death Triangle was the team that needed to win this.
Yes.
That was just my opinion on it.
Agree. Listen, let's just put it like this. This, for those who haven't seen my Hell in a Cell rant, this would have happened tonight if the Elite won. I promise you, it probably would have went way worse than that.
No, nothing was worse than that Hell in a Cell match. I mean, I guess we could talk about it now. BJ just brought it up in the chat. Did we talk about this, the best of 7 thing?
Yeah, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yo,
dude, we're really about to do this. So they get suspended. They're gone for X amount of time.
Yo, peep this. Derek did not complain about 2 trios matches back to back, and Tony's like, best of 7 series.
Bro, what the fuck was this? Like, when I say we are rolling out the red carpet ready to, wow, why?
Nothing wrong with that, bro. Like,
no, it's everything wrong with that, bro.
No,
first of all, fuck New Jersey, because that was dirty. That was dirty, bro. Fuck Colt Cabana too.
Best of 7 series trios matches. I wouldn't hate that. DN has said. Matt Lofa says 7 stages of hell for Derek is this best of 7 series.
Dude,
how many different matches can you have though with this? Like they always have the same kind of match,
bro. Why are they even getting this?
I literally laughed when I saw this because me and Casey were talking during this. Shout out to Casey Briggs when he listens to this. We were just talking about this, and all I could think about was he was talking about the transition between the Bucks and the Lucha Bros of the move.
Yes.
And he was like, bro, I'm so sick of seeing that. And they were like, best of 7 series. I was like, he's gonna be pissed. He is going to be pissed.
Bro.
BJ put RIP to Phoenix's neck in this series.
Yes.
Each match better have a different match type to make this interesting. I agree. You know what I really would like to see? Call me weird for this, but if it gets to the 7th match, I think a ladder match between all 3 of them would be good. Because then you could do a bunch of different stuff with it. And I've never seen a trios ladder match, so that would be something different. I'm trying to think of it. Maybe it happened in Lucha Underground or AAA or somewhere, but I can't think of anywhere else where it's happened.
But bro, what could you do with a best of 7 series? You have a regular trios match. You could have a ladder match. What you want?
No, you could do like no DQ. I think you should have a different stipulation so then you could at least vary up what's gonna happen.
You could,
but then you can't do this match for I'm talking years, bro. Like you have to avoid these 6. That's the one thing. Deanna said 7 fantastic matches. You're gonna cry. That's not the point, though. You're wearing.
Oh no, I'm gonna cry.
Well,
I'm gonna cry.
That's because Derek hates trios matches, though.
No,
but
I hate the Elite.
You said you were gonna give them their credit tonight.
They got their credit.
So I think you're just gonna run out of like people wanting to see the match. This is a matchup that, let's say Deanna, somebody's sick, they're out, and you have these guys, put that on.
Yes.
But once you do this 7 series, you're gonna make everybody sick of it. Like, no matter what, I don't want to see Ray Phoenix versus Kenny. You're not gonna want to see any of them anymore, maybe.
Bro,
So,
I wouldn't want to see them for a long time.
yeah, in any form against each other. So you're running on.
No,
like,
not even that, bro. Just period. Like, bro, you just had 7 matches. I don't need to see you for a while.
Oh, yes, Matt Lopez definitely just brought up. ROH did a trios ladder match with the Bucks and Flip versus SCU at Super Card of Honor. See?
In 2018?
That was a little bit ago.
Come on, bro.
Derek will cry. Big Show is the ref for one of these matches.
Oh, my
Good
God.
idea, Matt. Good idea. Facts. Commentary sucked the Elite the entire. Whoa, come on now.
They did, dude.
Come on now.
They did.
And what does Eggplant have to do with this? All right. Keep it PG. Keep it PG here. In small doses, those matches are magical. Yeah, as long as they're spread out. I didn't see if they spread them out fairly enough too, because I hope they like do every other week, maybe something. Like I said, Deanna, I'm not mad. I just don't want the match to never be used again because it's a great matchup. It's something you should keep. It's one of your tricks that you should always have up your sleeve.
It is, but I don't know if I'm ready to see a best of 7 series because you know it's going on 7 matches. You know it is.
You never know.
I don't want to see that garbage.
Moving forward, we have the TBS champion, Jade Cargill, versus that fake-ass TBS champion, Nyla Rose. Nyla stole the belt is what the story is built around. I am sick of this trope in pro wrestling. It is so 80s to have someone steal the belt. So Tony Khan couldn't have put like an injunction in and just say, give the belt back. No, apparently not in 2022. I can't do anything about it. So whatever. I thought that this was a solid matchup between them.
Was.
I really like the entrances. Vicky came out in a I'm Your Mommy shirt.
Yeah.
I love it for Eddie Guerrero in the lowrider. I thought that was really sweet that she did that.
It was.
And really good. I don't know what Marina Shafir came out dressed up as, but she had the flannel on, just tripping. Jay comes out as Chitara from Thundercats. I thought that was really good.
Thunder.
Stop it right now. Nyla hit her beautiful knee off the top rope. Jade Nyla actually hit Jaded on Jade first.
Yeah.
You know why she didn't win? She didn't do the lick of the hand when she gets the dub. But then Jade eventually fights back, hits her pump kick. She hits Nyla with the Jaded herself. Big victory. And I thought this was solid. I didn't hate this matchup at all.
You know what? I was actually happy to see Nyla back. It's been oh my God, it's been like months, right?
Yeah, it feels like it's been.
It definitely feels like it's been months, but it was nice to see her back.
Well, she was on Rampage and stuff. She did do some open challenges on there. I see people talk about Peaches. BJ said, "My God, Thundercats! I did not know you were such a Thundercats fan, BJ." Thundercats! Oh, that was great, man. Yeah, Thundercats is a great show, man. I still can't find my Lionel. He's somewhere out here in these streets.
Didn't they renew Thundercats?
I think they did like a newer version of them.
Okay.
I don't know if they renewed it, but somebody owns it out here.
Warner Brothers.
Cameraman deserves a knock it off.
Yep.
Deanna. Oh. feel like Hacksaw Jim Duggan tonight. So Jade finally gets back her championship belt, 42-0, Derek.
42. Who takes the belt from Jade Cargill?
I don't know, man. And there's a part in this show where all my predictions went to shit. Like it was just for me for the rest of the night mostly. All right. We didn't get there yet. I'm on a roll still. And up here we get the Ring of Honor. Fatal four-way. Is it called the Fatal four-way? Four-way dance. I don't know what they call these. Jericho defends his belt against Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Sammy Guevara. I don't have a lot of notes on this one either because there was way too much stuff happening.
Yes.
Thundercats Go was garbage, Matt Lopez said. Sort of omens. Give me sight beyond sight. Y'all gotta chill, man. I can't take no bathroom breaks during this. Don't make me laugh too hard. ROH title match was my match of the night, Matt Lopez says. Match was solid too. Who stops Jade now? Bro, I had a theory. My theory is gone. It's just gone. It's done.
So I don't know, bro. Who would take that? I don't know.
I had a theory and it's gone. That's all I know. For right now, at least, it's temporarily evaporated.
Yeah.
So Chris Jericho is caught in some single leg crabs. Sammy stops him, helps out his fellow Jericho Appreciation Society member leader, I should say, with a double cutter. Jericho hits a code breaker on Claudio, and Sammy breaks up the pinfall. Walls of Jericho on everybody after that. Jericho hits GTH on Chris Jericho. Then he hits the shooting star press. Yo, I thought it was over right here. Hit that Billy Kidman, didn't he? 7-year itch. Derek was proud.
I was proud. That was nice.
Really good stuff here from them. And Guevara was really fighting back throughout this. Like, he looked like they I feel like I didn't hate him as much tonight as it's been since the TNT title stuff. Like, I felt like I really got behind Sammy again. And I thought that was the beneficial part of putting him back in the JAS.
Yes.
With Ty.
Yeah, getting him allocated back with them.
PJ, I saw what you wrote. I'm not repeating it, but I saw what you wrote. Done.
Lost my train of thought.
Matt Lopez, I thought Bryan was winning a couple of times. I think they are doing Bryan versus Jericho at Final Battle because who else are they putting with him? I have a theory, but I don't want to say it. I think someone who was once a former Ring of Honor World Champ who was an announcer could be the one to challenge. I'm gonna leave it at that. If it happens, just know I said it. All right. Sammy Guevara, yo. So when he hit that running knee on Claudio, that was really dope, and I thought that we were gonna get the dub right there too.
Oh yeah,
Danielson. Yeah. Then we got the cutter on Claudio, Spanish fly on Danielson. Sammy was going ape shit in this. Claudio then catches him, hits the swing. Yo, Jericho just from out of nowhere. Didn't I say Jericho should just do a Judas effect and fall down on somebody?
Yeah.
Instead, he just does a running, spinning back elbow into Claudio's face. Then he waits for him to get up and hits him again. 1, 2, 3. Jericho retains the Ring of Honor Championship.
That was a good match, bro. I actually liked that match. It was good.
To Matt Lopez, for those who are watching on the audio version, yes, Nigel. That's who I think could come back. I'm just putting a weird guess out there. If it's not Nigel, then I'm going with Danielson as well. But Nigel McGuinness is the person who I think they should call back if he wants to get in the ring and wrestle, because they said he could. But does he want to get back into this one more time?
Why not? Get back into it, vacate it, win it, vacate it, and then there you go.
Wait, by the way, how are my 2 favorite snow bunnies? How dare you? It's cold out here.
You're right.
It's cold out here. Why did Sammy look like Mr. Satan? I think that's who he was supposed to be, but he definitely needed a t-shirt on underneath that stuff.
He was supposed to have the shirt and then the cape. The shirt was supposed to be purple with high collar, and then the cape was supposed to be white. Supposed to have a belt on.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We definitely dogged Sammy for that attire. We were like, "What is this, bro?"
That shit was fucking horrible.
He just looked different, and I was like, "What is this?" Jawbreaker lariat, callback Punk. LOL. You could bring Punk back into the Ring of Honor fold, but he won't be back until May, I believe. He's gonna be out for a long time. Was Nigel cured of his issue? I believe so, BJ. I think he can wrestle. I'm pretty sure. It was just he didn't want to anymore. I think he lost the passion for it in the meantime of waiting for everything to happen. So Jericho gets the win. Now, this one was B-Boy Skyline said it in the chat. This was his sleeper match of the night. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Saraya. 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 I'm going to have to keep saying this so I say it right. Rey Mysterio, Saraya. I still want to say Paige half the time. Even when I wrote the moves down, I was calling him Paige Turner, Rampage.
I mean,
it's just a hard habit to break.
Yeah, that's who we knew her buy, so why not?
So what did you think of this match, Derek? I mean, I don't have too much in here for the moves. I thought Britt Baker did a phenomenal job protecting Saraya.
Yes. I like the match. I don't think it should have been on the pay-per-view card though. Only because it was her first match back. I think it should have been.
Nah, bro, I disagree with that. That was a draw. The draw was to see her get back into the ring and do it.
I guess, but
I think people they had a lot of fears. And Derek's a Saraya fan, truthfully. Yeah. I think that people had fears like, oh, I hope nothing bad happens. It's because it was because of how it happened last time. It was from nothing. It was from a kick to the back. And she just was like, done. Yeah. I'm down and it's over.
Yeah, like I legit said a prayer. I was just like, God, please keep her safe in this match. Like I was pins and needles for me. That's why I felt like it shouldn't have been on the card. I felt like this should have been a Dynamite match just because it was her getting back into it. I didn't want to see her on the big stage and, God forbid, knock on wood, she got hurt again.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought Britt Baker, this was an important role for her. Like, yes. I don't think people realize the level of trust that Tony Khan and them showed to say, like, you're going to be in an important match. I need you to protect her.
Yes.
Need you to watch this. I need you to watch that. And it was a good match. I think for now, if she wants to do a match every pay-per-view, I think it's cool.
I will take that. I don't want to see her on Dynamite. I want to see her on Dynamite as the mouthpiece. When it's
well, I think she said she could do a match once a month right now is what they told her. Like, take your time, see how you feel.
Right.
So Dynamite once a month on Dynamite wouldn't be too bad.
No, but I would like to see her more in a mouthpiece role, like a managerial role, kind of. Like I don't want her full blown manager mode, but I want her there just to keep her safe.
And Deanna's agreeing with, I think, everybody in here who is a fan. I agree. No one wanted to see her go down on the first match back. Yeah, she did really good in this one. We got to see all of the best moves. We saw the page turner. She did a dive out to the floor, crossbody off the apron. Baker hit an air raid crash even. 2 rampage DDTs, and she gets the dub. I thought she was going to lock in that PTO. I wanted to see that real bad. The page tap out, but Baker got to the ropes. She got the victory here, though. I thought it was cool.
And the thing that caught my eye, Saraya actually leaned over Britt, and I think she thanked her for that.
Yeah, she did really good. Like when she did the curb stomp, her foot was on her back instead of her neck.
Yeah.
She made sure everything was good. Yes, and B-Boy Skyline said it best. We need Adam Cole back next. Yes, him and Hangman Page. Prayers to both of them. I know they're dealing with some bad concussions right now, especially Cole. He's been out since Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets back. The intern is now asking Jungle Boy, why'd you beat the bad dinosaur over and over? Yeah, I was trying to explain to him that he's just bad for now.
Right.
Darn it. Darn it. I'm going to have some explaining to do, I think, later on.
Lucy.
Take it easy, Ricky. All right. Let's get to this triple threat match. Dude, here's where my predictions crap the bed. Right here on this match, bro.
I don't remember. What did I pick?
I think we picked Hobbs.
Did we pick Hobbs? Yeah.
Yeah. We had nothing here, bro. This was the normal triple threat insanity. Big dudes everywhere. Yo. The man Hobbs plowed, and I'm talking because I'm in Buffalo with all the snow right now, plowed Samoa Joe into the barricade, bro. How Joe got up after that, I have no clue. That would have been one of those, I'm not getting up for a minute, boys. Just let me stay right here for a second.
I'm down.
Nick Jackson drank someone's diet. He asked someone during the match, is this diet pop that you're giving me? He was like, all right, I'll drink some of it. Bro, if I was Joe, I would have been like, I'm staying right out here too. Pass me that Sprite. I'm done. He got up in this match. He was down for the count. And then Wardlow's doing the Powerbomb Symphony. Samoa Joe takes the title. I think it was the TNT title.
Yep.
Clobbers him upside the head. Down goes Wardlow, puts the Coquina clutch on Powerhouse Hobbs and steals the TNT Championship, bro. How did they let this happen? I thought Hobbs was the layup here.
Hobbs should have been the layup.
I had plans. This is how the wrestling community acts. I had plans. I booked this out what you could have did.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right. Hobbs should have been the old finesse layup that should have won, but you know, we got.
Yeah, Matt Lopez says he was legit shocked by this one. Big meaty men bumping meat. Samoa Joe did it. This match was for Big E. Hope Big E's recovering too, man. I think we still get Wardlow versus Joe at final battle. Could you see that? Wardlow, the Ring of Honor television champ?
I can see that.
I thought maybe they unified these belts. Get them off TV. You know what I mean? I think they got a lot of belts.
They do.
Why not unify some of them?
Yes.
Right? BJ put Sprite over every diet soda. I don't even drink soda on some real. That's a classic Joe move, ain't it? Ain't it? Joe's the man. He just came in and cleared out house. So I was surprised Hobbs didn't win, but it happened.
It did.
That's what we get for this one. Backstage, Jericho segment. We got Jericho, Orange Cassidy. They're basically setting up. Jericho says, you still owe me $7,000 for my jacket. That's from 2 years ago for those who don't remember. And following up from that, Orange Cassidy says, I got a friend who wants to challenge you for that title. Tomohiro Ishii, let's go. That's my dog, the Stone Pitbull, baby. And Jake Hager then makes a challenge for the All-Atlantic Championship in his purple bucket hat. I like this hat. Leave that man alone, bro. Leave Jake Hager alone. He's a great wrestler.
He is a great wrestler.
All right. Let's cut that slander out. There will be no Jake Hager or Shawn Michaels slander on this stream, damn it.
He's got a great hat.
Big meaty man bumping meat pause. Listen, that's what it was. It was a good match. It was a good match. I thought,
but you know what though? At the end of the match, you see Hobbs and Wardlow kind of give each other the nod. So I think they're gonna work together.
They about to jump.
They about to beat the brakes off that boy.
About to get a new Fire and Ice up in here. Let's go. We mentioned Fire and Ice way too much on this podcast for it not to happen.
Right.
Next up, Sting and Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal and Double J. JEFF, JARRETT. Jeff Jarrett. You done? You gonna keep it going here with the chorus?
Nah.
All right. Somebody said Jake looking like Gilligan out here. Dirty. This one was wild. So Jeff Jarrett's back. we get a body bag just laid out as part of the entrance, and Darby comes out and just starts blasting boys with the skateboard. Stuff's happening. I was like, someone's watching the AEW Fight Forever trailer.
Yeah,
they're beating down people. Sting's behind Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett goes like this, telling people like, "Hey, get away, get away!" And then he does it to Sting, but he doesn't realize he's behind him. Then he turns around. Oh God, no! Oh no! Sting's just providing that beat down that he needs. This then was turned into a no DQ match.
It did. First off, let's rewind back.
Somebody watch your line, Derek.
It's Dad.
The man they call Realtor Steve,
right, shows
up and he is beating ass. So Darby then goes for a coffin drop off the stage. Satnam Singh catches dude.
What was that?
Satnam Singh caught people twice at the last second. Like his arms weren't ready, but he caught them every time. I was like, yo, bro, you are scaring me. He then puts him in the position like a razor's edge or an eagle's edge, walks him all the way up the ramp to the top of the ramp, and he just spun him. It was like, I don't care. Darby is dead.
Yeah.
He's down. He's out. He's done. Then they get back into the ring. Sting does a balcony dive. Satnam caught Jay Lethal at the last second. Like Jay Lethal was falling back, and then he was like, got you.
Right, yeah.
And then Sting dives. I don't know if Sting busted his dome or what, but Satnam like basically dropped him.
He was close to it, bro. I think
if Sting was all right, that was a lucky fall.
Yeah, I think he was close to it, but I think Sting had the wherewithal to put his hands up.
Yo, B-Boy said Jeff Jarrett got caught in midair. Deanna said, get Jeff Jarrett off my TV. Wee woo, it's my world. Taz laughing at Darby's pen was funny AF. So after they get into the ring, bro, it became a traditional tag match. Yo, me and Casey talked about this as well. Shout out to Casey once again. Casey was pissed about this too, and I agree with him on this. Why are we tagging in and out of a no DQ match? And why doesn't Sanjay and Satnam just get in the ring? I just don't get it sometimes.
Who knows, bro?
Hashtag pro wrestling. I'm letting it go, but it's just one of those weird things that I think people just have to think about when they look at this.
Absolutely.
So they're doing all of this. Sting was making up for lost time, filling up his 2022 bump card. Yo, chill. Darby goes for the coffin drop. Jeff Jarrett wallops this fool with the guitar. Pow. Darby gets up and no-sells that, and he's just And then Satnam tries to get in the ring to interfere. Well, we already know Sanjay hits Sting, and Sting's no-selling, and Sting drops Sanjay like a bad habit. Satnam gets grabbed. He's holding him for the Scorpion Death Drop, and Darby's like, "No, I'm climbing up, bro." Right. They hit this thing perfectly. Scorpion Death Drop, Coffin Drop combo. He's down and out. Jay Lethal then goes for his cutter on Sting. Bro, if Sting could have stayed up, this would have been the smoothest cutter ever, bro.
Dude, that would have been so nice.
Jay Lethal fell back. He jumped into it, but Sting catches him in the Scorpion Death Drop, but he fell.
Yes.
And I can't be mad at Sting because Sting is in his 60s, bro.
It's hard to... and I'm sure they practiced that enough, but in the midst of the moment, I think Sting lost his balance, and what would have saved it is if he lost his balance, but then put him in the Scorpion Deathlock.
I think he should have just put on the Dragon Sleeper. He needs to incorporate that into his moves.
Or that.
But Darby came in to save the day. I got you, bro. Put him in a coffin. Back he goes. 1, 2, 3. They get the W from there. Sting and Darby win. It was a happy moment.
It was. Now let's rewind this back real quick.
Bring it back.
When Jeff Jarrett came out, what the hell was old boy doing when he came out? When he had all the people dressed up as Sting, what was old boy on Jeff Jarrett's left, the right side on your screen? What the hell was he doing?
That's a good question that nobody has the answer to.
Like, bro, you look stupid. Everybody is walking normal. You're over here trying to be menacing.
Now, we talk about...
Terrible, bro.
We talk about good matches for the night, Derek.
This was
show stealer.
Yes.
This was the show stealer.
Honestly, bro, I'm not even gonna front you right now.
Do you need to be on camera for this?
This was my match.
Match of the night?
For me, yes.
Yo, put me on camera for this. I'm gonna tell you guys one last time. Everybody who loves women's pro wrestling, and you know, I'm the first one to chastise y'all because sometimes I think they go overboard. I'm like, yo, cut the shit. But in this situation tonight, all 3 women's matches were good.
Yes.
I don't want to hear shit. Was Jade and Nyla clunky? Whatever. It was supposed to be a house fight. I don't care about that. That's fine. But this match right here exceeded expectations. Toni Storm is leading this division and taking the bull by the horns and leading it to the water. Whatever you want to say. I sound crazy. I'm doing that Conrad Thompson Southern reference shit. It's like a monkey fucking a football. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about here, right? But she is stepping up when she needed to, and she has been one of the best all-around performers for that division. Yes. And that goes for Jamie Hayter as well. Jamie Hayter is an absolute diamond within the women's division. I've been saying this since I've seen her in Stardom. Thank you, JPQ, for putting me down. # watch Stardom. Full credit to you, my friend. Big pause on the puff on Twitter. You have to show some love to these ladies for this match.
Yes.
It was great. Toni Storm was doing hip attacks, knocking her out to the floor. I got Toni Storm with big headbutts. Bloody nose. Toni Storm wrestled this match with mostly a bloody nose.
Right.
It might be broken, somebody said.
Probably, but now if it is, she's got time off now.
Right. And I see everybody here talking about the bakery was open. Let me see. Jamie Hayter era begins. Yes, incredible match.
Yes.
This is another one though. I got Sting and Darby right, but this one, my predictions were all jacked up, dude. I literally thought that Toni Storm was going to retain, but here's what happens. Interference from Rebel first in the big ass Doc Martens. I don't know. Rebel's just walking down to the ring. Very weird. She hits Toni Storm in the head with the belt. The ref catches her. Hey, what are you doing? I'm not doing anything. The ref says, you're out of here. And she literally had the best reaction. She just screams.
She looked like she was in Dragon Ball Z powering up.
Dude, that was hilarious. So she just gets kicked out. Then here comes Dr. Britt Baker down to the ring. Britt Baker hits a curb stomp onto the belt on Toni Storm, throws her in. She eats a Storm Zero pile driver. Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Then they start beefing. Toni Storm's able to hit the Storm Zero pile driver. She only gets a 2 count. What's going to happen? So Britt Baker is now on the apron. She's climbing up on the turnbuckle. She has the turnbuckle pad ready to be ripped off. They get Toni Storm or somebody flies into her. She flies back. Turnbuckle pads off. Do-si-do. Round we go. Into the corner. Face first she goes. And then it was time for that short arm lariat. And as JBL says, knocked her out of her boots. Down she goes. 1, 2, 3. New interim women's champion.
This, you know what?
Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter now. I don't know when Thunder Rosa's coming back, man, but I got to see this.
Yeah.
I think a 4-way would be dope between Baker and all of them.
It would. But you know what, though? I think if you do a 4-way, that has to be when the belt comes off of Jamie.
Nah, man. I think you got time.
I'm telling you, you gotta save that because you have to give Britt something to do to turn against her.
In my mind, Jamie Hayter was the one to beat Jade. So now who beats Jade? Willow's my next pick. I think that I don't know what you do with Jade at this point. Unless you keep letting her rock as the champ. I don't know.
Honestly, bro, I mean,
it's got to be the right person, though. I feel you can't just have somebody come up and just beat Jade.
You know what you need? You need an unstoppable force to beat Jade. Because Jade
is the unstoppable force right now.
Right, but you need another unstoppable force to cancel that out.
So should Nyla have just won tonight?
No.
See, I'm so lost right now.
See, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be the outsider. I'm gonna think outside the box. Many people are not gonna agree with me. I don't really care. You can kiss it. I think in my world.
Ooh, Matt flipped it. He said Toni Storm beats Jade.
Nah, but Toni's not it though, bro.
Well, you think Toni's above that?
No, I don't think she's above that.
Who's your person?
Like I said,
spit the name out. Who you got?
Someone who should have won the title probably a while back.
Who?
Abaddon.
Abaddon's injured. I don't know if you saw that. She just got hurt.
I did see it, but I'm saying that would have been
another person.
That would have been another person.
Sky Blue. Oh no! I don't think Sky Blue's ready for that yet.
No.
Sky Blue's still in training. I feel.
I just feel Abaddon would have been the one to at least push her to the edge.
Yeah, I could have seen that because they usually get in their what's the word I'm looking for? Their inaugural match. Toni Storm was never an AEW Women's Champion. You aren't lying. That interim stuff. Maybe it's Ruby Soho. Good point. She did lose to her in the initial. Maybe she comes back and gets the title. That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah, coming back as a slept on match. Like I already beat you before. I'm gonna beat you again.
Yeah. Then Ruby gets the surprised up.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe if they wanted to get the belt off of Jade, or especially.
Well, I mean, we all know who should be the one taking it from her.
Yeah, I just wanted to get. Does Jamie Hayter need to hang around Britt Baker still?
No. You have to separate them.
Oh shoot! Breakfast Club interview. Jade said she's going to give up the title, then go after the main title. I thought the Breakfast Club was over, or is that next year?
Man, I think it's next year.
Okay, I didn't know they were still doing that. I thought they had issues or something.
Yeah, I think it's next year.
It was interesting. Lots to look forward to, though. The women's division has been stepping it up.
They have. You can't sleep on it.
Next up, we have the Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory. We got some good raps in all of this. There was a story here to tell with this match, but it wasn't really within the wrestling. If you're looking for that great match that we got at like All Out and stuff, you're not going to get that again in this one. This was a story of telling what was going on. Like early on, Swerve grabbed a barricade. This was more Swerve was going down the heel route, and we saw where Keith Lee finally stood with all of this. And Keith Lee didn't like the barricade. Swerve was hitting his moves on Bowens. He had him a couple times. Mic drop. Keith Lee makes the save. Keith Lee hits the pounce on Anthony Bowens. And pliers get pulled out. And Swerve's like, Lee, use the pliers. Keith, you didn't learn from Ray Phoenix earlier. See? That's where you messed up. Right. Keith throws the pliers out and says he's not doing it. Swerve slapped him across the face.
And that was a good slap, too.
Bobby the Brain Heenan style slap. And Keith Lee said, nah. And he helped Bowens up, and then he gave him a pat on the shoulder, like, it's all you, player. And they basically beat Swerve's ass after.
Yes.
Swerve went for a couple pin attempts, but he couldn't get it done. And they win the match, the Acclaim, with a nice, like, suplex into a JML driver. I like that if that's their new finisher.
It should be.
You like that better than the mic drop? The whole, like, he flips over on top of you, elbow off the top rope. Like, that one could be for Caster, and the other one could be for Bowens.
Yes.
I like that. Might have to use it as a way to beat Derek in the upcoming video game. But great win. The Acclaim retain the tag titles. Can we please get FTR on a pay-per-view? Please?
Yes. It's that time.
Big Daddy Lee, exit stage left. That sounds so wrong for so many reasons, but I also like it for so many reasons. Big Daddy Lee. This was Swerve losing his mind and Keith being like, yo, dog, you crazy, I'm out. Keith Lee had enough. Yeah. I feel like Swerve was on his Tupac Jew shit, and Keith Lee was Steel.
Right.
Stop putting the 40 in the eggs, too. That's nasty.
Right. I'm done.
It's about to be good when he was in the kitchen making food.
Terrible.
So then that's when we find out about this best of 7 nonsense for the trios titles. Figgity fudge that. Then we find out Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks is announced for the Thanksgiving Eve Dynamite. Cool. Orange Cassidy versus Jake Hager for the All-Atlantic title. And Chris Jericho will defend the Ring of Honor title against Tomohiro Ishii. We got title matches. Dynamite's looking good. We'll be reviewing it back here at on Wednesday, so make sure you guys kick it with us.
Yes.
When it comes down to that. And it's main event time. Jon Moxley, MJF. This is the match we were all looking forward to. AEW World titles on the line. Fans were cheering for MJF in this one. I don't think anyone's surprised by that.
No, not at all.
We were all more so wondering how was he going to do it. Moxley basically worked over the leg. They set up a table. MJF does a tombstone on the apron. He grabs his leg, a very frantic oh shit, and fuck. You know, you say that like that when you're 8. Fuck. Right. So following up from that, MJF is then pile drove through the table. Moxley is trying to kick the crap out of him. No matter what Moxley did, he was not getting cheered in this matchup.
No.
Tough sell for my man Jon Moxley tonight. Following up from that, they had a fight basically, and the referee gets bumped. By the way, you got some money for that. Shout out to DraftKings. So down he goes. Another ref comes in, down he goes.
Right.
The original ref's back in, but he's still down. He's trying to recover. Here comes Regal. Regal's telling Moxley to do whatever. Bulldog chokes locked in. MJF's tapping, but the ref doesn't see it. And Regal's like, go get the ref. Go get the ref. And when Moxley went over to get the ref, the brass knuckles came out. The power of the punch. Slid them shits over, bro. Hurt my soul, man. It hurt my soul. MJF uses the brass knucks, pins Moxley. And I like that he didn't kick out because his eyes are open. Usually you think they're watching for the ref's count when they do that.
Right.
No, he was just out. 1, 2, 3. MJF wins the AEW World title. He didn't use the Dynamite Diamond Ring like he made it look like he was going to do.
Right.
He cheated still. That devil.
Yeah, but so now the bigger question is, did Sir William Regal depart because of what was going on with the BCC?
Not even just that, bro. What happens to Yuta and all that drama? Is the BCC going to stay together? Is Moxley going on vacation? Lots of questions still need answering here from this. Is he with MJF? What happened to the firm technically?
True.
Very odd. BJ said just because it's predictable doesn't mean you should do it. Just because it's predictable doesn't mean you should do it. The ending was perfect. Agreed. Predictability is not bad.
Right.
I always tell people that. And unpredictable isn't always good. Your dog could take a crap on your carpet tomorrow. That was unpredictable. Not good, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now Jon Moxley can go on his well-earned vacation that he absolutely deserves.
Yeah.
Once a villain, always a villain, Matt Lopez says. Whoa, to say MJF didn't have them set up all along with Rito. Oh, who's to say? I think that was supposed to be. Who's to say MJF? Could be. I don't know why MJF would pay people to beat him up, but maybe this was all part of a diabolical plan. We'll have to find out on Wednesday from MJF, unless he said something in that media scrum.
Right.
But overall, everybody in the chat, put your grades in here. Derek, I'm going to go to you first, man. Overall grade for this show for you.
I got a B.
A solid B, no plus, minus?
I got a solid B.
Really? You thought this was worse than previous ones?
No. I think this one was good. I think now let me recant that statement.
I'm okay. What is this? Presidential debates here?
Let me recant that.
I got my opinion on it.
You know what? I'm gonna live at an A right now.
I said A minus. I feel A minus is fair for this show.
I think I'm gonna say an A, only because.
And I think the ladies' matches brought it up to the A minus because I was with Matt Lopez. He said B plus. That's where I was gonna go to, but I decided A minus. I think for this show.
Yeah. No, actually, you know what? A minus is.
And I think it was because I went in with low expectations. Some people said I was being very harsh on the show. Possibly could be, but I thought that they really hadn't done anything to deserve though a lot of praise going into it. Like the buildup was not the best buildup for all their shows so far. It'll be interesting to see. Like I said, this is one of those shows where I didn't have much expectations, but I came out of it like, okay, cool. I'm glad I bought the pay-per-view. Yeah. Looking forward to the next one in February. So Revolution. Can't wait for that. Let me see here what everyone else is thinking. So you're going just A.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt Lopez says best of 7 series, and I just noticed if it goes to a match 7, that will be on January 11th and not the 4th. Maybe because of a couple of those guys might be somewhere else that day. Wrestle Kingdom, maybe? I'd be down for that. BCC splits, but Wheeler joins him in Regal. He has a pass with MJF and knows Regal has knowledge. Yeah, I could see that happening too, BJ. I said that right before, actually, to Derek and Rob about Yuta possibly leaving them. This was a good show. I say B+. BJ says I'm giving it an A. I think this was a much-needed show to let the world see AEW is getting better, but also steering in a better direction from the last few months. What I heard, I liked it. Okay. Well, if you guys have thoughts, please make sure you share them in the comment section down below. Let me know at EPW Show on all social media, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We have a at handle now, EPW Show. A said this pay-per-view was an A. This could lead to Bryan Yuta match if he goes with Regal and MJF. I think it will at Final Battle. I'm putting out a count out tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good night. We're not done yet, BJ. We're not done yet. We did give our ratings, but we also said we would talk a little AEW Fight Forever really quick. So last night at midnight, PlayStation, Sony said F it. They must have had an automatic upload, and we got the goods on AEW Fight Forever here. I thought that this game was looking really fun, man. Right here's a screenshot of Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. You can see big ass thumbtacks in the ring. Aubrey's hands going into him. She don't care.
Right.
Blood all over the mat, blood all over Britt Baker's back. If you guys actually look at the ropes to your right and zoom in, there's blood all along the ropes as well. Crazy. We also can see a baseball bat, kendo stick, thumbtacks, a wet floor sign all out there. They got lots of weapons.
I think that was my favorite part of the whole trailer right there.
Yep. Sting, check out this. Made his AEW debut at Winter is Coming 12/2/2020. Sting looks really good, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
In this. Yeah. I didn't see the start of the show. Did it feel like a restart? Maybe. It depends on how you view it, Cray. I think things are in a direction where they need to be overall for the show. BJ said, I'm ready to play this game. Derek is going to make Big Show leak like a MFer with all them thumbtacks all over his bloody body.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, Show. I got you, bro. I got you. Captain Insano, I got you. Jon Moxley, here's him with the title here. This is like one of the ending shots. It looks like him celebrating a big W.
Right.
Winning right here. I thought that was really good as well. Right here's a bloody Chris Jericho and Hangman Page fighting on the outside. We can also see the skateboard is a weapon. And if you watch the video closely enough, there actually is a Darby Allin skateboarding around Derek, and Darby Allin skateboards over the top rope to dive onto somebody.
Yes.
These are the shenanigans people want back in these games.
Right.
Here's your TBS champion, Jade Cargill. Glad to see the TBS championship made its way into the game.
Yes.
This is one of the beauty things. If you take your time and put that extra time in, make sure all the championship belts are updated. I did see the women's championship. It's not version 3. It's version 2 of the belt right now from what I saw. So hopefully they can get an update to that.
That would be nice.
Let's see here. Here's Jungle Boy. Apparently you could just smash people's faces and stuff into the guardrails. Jungle Boy's back is cut up in this matchup.
I love it.
We saw an exploding barbed wire baseball bat, but they still did not show the exploding barbed wire death match. Things still to come to see. We don't have a release date still. We're still getting that coming soon. Pick a date and tell the people.
Yeah, let's get to it. I'm ready to play.
Yeah, Cray says the gameplay looks fun, but it has to have features that keep the game fresh. True. I think I'm more so like if it plays and it's fun, I can get down with this. I want to hear what the DLC is going to be too. What am I paying for here? I'm going to make Sting riding skateboard to do a bump. LOL. They really hyped up career mode, create a wrestler, and so many weapons. Hopefully they get community creations in so that we don't have to copy formulas the old school way.
That would be
26, nice. 52.
Yeah.
There's Gangrel.
Right.
Is Shofunaki DLC? Sadly, no, Juke. Sadly, no. You could probably create them, though, I hope. Hopefully they have enough stuff in there. But what'd you think of it, Derek? Are you hyped for this? What do you got to say?
I'm hyped for it, bro. Like, I think this is the long-awaited rehash of WrestleMania and No Mercy. We needed this.
Yeah, those were fun games, man. It's the best control scheme, I think, for video games.
It really is. Like, bro.
Exploding barbed wire death match with actual explosions. I would assume that's gonna be better than what we got at the actual pay-per-view.
Right. Bro, how could you go wrong with this game? This game is gonna be like legit.
Right. So Juke said, please have SmackDown. Here comes the Pain backstage story mode where you speak to the wrestlers and they got in the matches. They have an opportunity to make a good longevity of DLC content packs if the roster is as small as they originally said. Yeah, they should. And I hope FTR and all them eventually make it into the game. The fact that the women can bleed in this game is something WWE wouldn't do. And you can have intergender matches. They showed Bryan Danielson, with all due respect, he was like doing his kicks to Britt Baker. So, hey, if you want to pick Britt Baker, though, make her the world champ, you could. That's dope.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool for all that. So, lots coming up with this game. We're going to try to keep covering it and doing things for it. So, make sure you guys keep it locked in here. BJ said stretch out the DLC for 18 months. That gives them like 2 years to make the next one and improve it. Yeah. And I'll probably have a review for it and stuff on here. Maybe we'll do some live streams with me actually just beating Derek up It might be boring. I know that's not a fun live stream just to see that keep happening over and over and over. And I might even do one good one for my man, The Big Show, my man, Captain Atheno, Paul White. Make sure he gets that that W he righteously deserves against Derek for all the hating.
Nah, it ain't happening, bro. You're going to see a classic match every single time.
We'll see about that. But listen, we've kept you guys up long enough. Thank you so much for listening to us talk the AEW Full Gear Review. Monday, we'll be back with Clash of the Podcast. Me and Sean will have some new wrestling stuff to talk about. We'll probably get some of his Full Gear thoughts and everything that's going on in the world of wrestling. Wednesday, me and Derek will be back with a Dynamite review. BJ's going to have an episode of The Count Up going up soon, so keep it locked with us. If you're listening to us on the audio version, thank you very much. For myself and Derek, we are out for this episode of Everything Pro Wrestling. Thank you guys so much. One.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. For the fans, not many in this can understand, This the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans, not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes.